Please give it up for Matt Fernandez.
Thank you guys for coming out, man. I appreciate you. It's good to see you. Make some fucking noise for yourselves for being here. But let's go home. I miss COVID. God damn, I miss COVID. Let's bring it back. Hope Santa Claus brings us all COVID. I hope that's... Remember when we didn't have to talk to old people? Fucking sweet times, bro. Fucking sweet times. You could just be like, no, Nana, I can't come visit you because of COVID, and definitely not because I don't want to hear you complain about Puerto Ricans for an hour. Christmas 2021, when everything was cool again, my parents pulled my 90-year-old grandmother out of hospice, or as I like to call it, the vegetable crisper, to spend Christmas morning with us, and did not tell me that shit was going down. So I just walked into their house Christmas morning, arm full of presents, merry as can be, like, hey guys, what's going on? Thought we were celebrating Christmas. What's this Halloween decoration doing out? Don't you dare groan for her. She's a 90-year-old white lady who lives in Florida. She's not a good person. Relax. God's gonna cancel her. Everything's gonna be fine. No one talks about the good stuff we got out of COVID. Like, if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have the leave the food at my door option on food delivery apps. Yeah, it's awesome. If you don't have Uber Eats or Grubhub, there's an option on there. There's a box you can check that just says, leave the food at my door. Don't look at me. Fucking talk to me. Just put the chicken wings close enough to my front door so I can reach out and yank them into my house like a gorilla pulling a toddler into its cage. I don't need to talk to anyone. I always call the driver and fuck with him. Just like, leave the food on the porch. Come alone. No cops. What? And they have to take a picture of the food on your porch to prove that they delivered it, but I have a window on my front door, so I'm just in the background of every picture like a fucking psychopath. I look like Hannibal Lecter behind the glass. No one talks about the good parts, man. I've been working from home for 4 years now. It sounded good in the beginning, but I don't know, man. After 4 years of working from home, I'm just starting to relate to housewives in the 50s. Like, pretty sure I'm gonna fuck my mailman. That's gonna happen. I learned how to bake. You're right, that's not funny. There's no punchline to that. I just had so much free time. And I like my treats. I learned how to bake. And I don't even know if I like baking or if I just need a distraction from the darkness that creeps into my mind when I'm home alone with my own thoughts all day long, and then right as that razor blade hits my wrist, bing, ooh, scones! Blueberry. No one talked. Obviously, these are jokes. COVID sucked. I mean, if COVID was still here, we wouldn't be able to do this, you know? I remember when COVID started and they were like, we have to stop large gatherings. And Christians were like, fuck that, we're going to church, bro. I'm not gonna let a virus stop us from praising the Lord. You know, because they're Christians. They're not gonna let something they can't see control their lives. That would be stupid. Be real fucking dumb. I was worried about how that joke would go over in Ocala. And I am so proud of you guys. You guys did good. Like, I feel like I just aged rapidly during lockdown. Like, I got super into documentaries during like I just became a 50-year-old man. I watch every documentary that comes out now. I love a good documentary. There's a documentary out right now. It's on Netflix, and it's just called Crack. And it's super depressing. It's all about the crack epidemic in the 80s and 90s. But at the saddest part, they're talking to this woman, and she says, I remember at my lowest point, I tried to trade my baby for crack. And I was like, damn, that's awful. But I was also like, how good is crack? It sounds awesome. Is it too late to try crack? I just hit 1 year of marriage. I had my anniversary this year. We'll see. They don't tell you how much work is involved in a wedding. Like, I don't know, man. I guess I just had this romantic idea that it was just, it's our special day, and we're gonna be surrounded by all of our friends and all of our family, and it's gonna be beautiful. But then you have to like price caterers. And they say shit like, it's gonna be $130 a plate, and then you're like, I don't even fucking like my family. Why are they coming at all? My dad lost a foot to diabetes, he can't dance or have cake. Those are the main parts of a wedding. What's he gonna do? Sounds like it would be boring for him. They don't show you those parts in the rom-coms. I'm a romantic at heart, man. I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second. I like The Notebook. Fight me. It's a good movie. If you don't know, The Notebook, it's about this lady. She gets Alzheimer's. She loses her memories. And every day, her husband comes and visits her, and he reads to her. And it's beautiful. And I was watching it with my wife. And she was like, baby, what if one day you come home, and I don't know who you are? Will you come visit me? Will you come read to me? And I was like, if I ever walk in the house and you're like, who are you? I'm gonna be like, sorry, wrong house. No. It's funny, the wedding was a pain in the ass. But everything before and after the wedding was a breeze, man. My bachelor party was great. I didn't have to do anything. My friends planned it all. It was wonderful. We went to a music festival. We went to the Hangout Music Festival. And if you don't know what the Hangout Music Festival is, it takes place on the Gulf Shores. No. The Gulf Shores is right where Florida touches Alabama. Beautiful, beautiful area. If you ever want to see a baby smoke a Black and Mild, the Gulf Shores is for you. And everything after the wedding, the honeymoon, was beautiful. We went to Italy for 2 weeks. Yeah, we decided to go somewhere where the people are so attractive, it would make us both question if we could have done better. That's my advice. If you're thinking about getting married, honeymoon somewhere that sets the bar low. Don't go to Tahiti. Don't go to Thailand. Honeymoon in Milwaukee. Honeymoon somewhere that when you get home, you're gonna be like, I think we're gonna be fine. We're fucking Milwaukee 10s. We're crushing it. It was great. Italy, I can't recommend it enough, but it was 2 weeks in Italy, so it was just pasta, panna cotta, steak, wine, like every day. And I just finished getting that off. That was a pain. And I don't have any health problems or anything. I don't want to bum anybody out. But I did have to do a sleep study recently to make sure I don't have sleep apnea because I snore a lot. And I don't have sleep apnea, which is great. But I didn't love the way that the doctor told me. I woke up and he was like, come into my office, Mr. Fernandez. And he said, great news. You don't have sleep apnea. And then he said, you have perfect throat structure. I was like, we're two grown men, and I just woke up. Don't ever say some shit like that again to anyone. But now, I'm just worried he'd put that in my permanent medical chart. Like, that's gonna follow me for the rest of my life? Like one day when I'm 65 years old and I need a new hip, the surgeon's gonna bring me back and he's gonna be like, I've been reviewing your chart, Mr. Fernandez. I see here you don't have any allergies, that's great. I see here you broke your wrist when you were 9 years old, no problem there. And right here, it just says throat goat with 3 exclamation points. I can't wait to get you under. I just want to lose enough weight to feel like I deserve better than BBW porn. Some confused faces, don't worry, we'll go over everything. Clap your hands if you don't know what BBW porn is. Not a single man clapping their hands. Gross. 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 BBW stands for big, beautiful women. These are the ladies who eat their pizza crusts. Some women do porn to support a cocaine habit. These are the women who do porn to support an insulin habit. I just don't have high enough self-esteem to watch hot girl porn. I want to watch hot girl porn again. Can't watch hot girl porn. Every time I try to watch hot girl porn, I'm just like, she would pepper spray me. This is not real. I can't get into this. Plus, I'm sick of getting targeted ads for Buffalo Wild Wings because I constantly mistype BBW. I'm not even trying to lose weight for my health or anything gay like that. I'm trying to lose weight because I'm trying to convince my wife to have a threesome. And you can't just dive into that shit. You can't just go for it. You want it to be memorable. You want it to be good. It's like the Olympics. You have to train. You have to train your mind and your body. And I don't want to sound like a creep. I'm not trying to force my wife into anything. It's not like that. We've discussed it. She's been with women before. She's open to the idea. I knew she was open to it from jump because the first time I brought it up, she didn't say no. She tried to compromise, like you're supposed to do in a marriage. She was like, well, I don't know. Would you just be open to the idea of watching me with another woman? Absolutely not. That's just porn in a different medium. That's like if instead of watching a porno movie, I went to a porno play. Ooh! I can tell you how that play ends with me sneaking up behind someone like John Wilkes Booth. It's where I test the audience. Some people are laughing and some people are like, who the fuck is John Wilkes Booth? Google him after the show's over. He did cool stuff in the theater. Ever since I brought up the idea of a threesome, my wife has been overtly sexual. Like it's very easy for me to get some right now if I want it because she's trying to manipulate me into thinking like I'm all the woman you'll ever need. But I shut that shit down. I don't allow it. She was getting out of the shower the other day and she was soaking wet and she was naked and she was like, baby, I just shaved. You want to come feel it? And I was like, ooh. So I walked over to her and I dragged my finger across the top of her lip and I was like, yeah, I think you got it all. Women don't like that joke. Not one bit. I'm not one of those like corny comics who just comes up and talks shit about their wife or their girlfriend. Like, that's my only wife joke. I love my wife. She's cool, man. We're super tight. She's my best friend. I will talk about her stupid ass kid though. She has a kid, but she doesn't like kids, which is the secret of being a parent, I'm learning. You like your kid because you're legally obligated. You don't like kids everywhere. That would be insane. Like, one night, my wife and I went to a bar, just the two of us, and these people brought their kids to the bar, which is obnoxious. And my wife was like, that shit irritates me. I'm gonna leave a review for this bar. So she hopped on Yelp, and she was like, I'm gonna say 2 stars, and I'm gonna say, stop letting kids in your bar. And I was like, that's not gonna make anyone stop bringing kids to the bar. Give me your phone. So I left a review for the bar. 5 stars. Damn, there's some sexy ass kids at this bar. No one's taking their kid to that bar. He's cool, man. He's a good kid. He asked me to do the Great American Teach-In. If you don't know what that is, it's where a kid will normally ask one of their parents to come talk to their class about what they do for a living. But he asked me. And I was touched, man. I got emotional. I was like, oh my God, I would love to. Thank you for asking me. And I was like, can you do me a favor? Can you tell your dad that you asked me and not him? So I went and talked to these 3rd graders. And they were fine. You know, they had a bunch of old corny jokes they wanted to tell me. They had a bunch of questions. Towards the end, this little girl put her hand up. And she said, where do you tell your jokes? And I said, well, it's different. Sometimes I tell them in theaters. Sometimes I tell them in comedy clubs. Sometimes I tell them in bars. And then she goes, do you know Andrea? And I was like, no, who's Andrea? Andrea's my mom. She goes to bars all the time. I was like, which ones? My wife and I are looking for a 3rd. Mommy sounds lonely. I've never measured my penis. It'll make sense in a minute. Never measured my penis. Like, I know every guy in here at one point or another probably pulled out a ruler, measured yourself. I've never done that. Because when I met my wife, she was still with her son's father. So I don't need to measure my dick because I know it's big enough to destroy a family. Yes, that joke is perfect, you're right. I remember the first time I had like a fatherly duty. I've been in his life for a long time now. And it was his 5th birthday party. And his mom was like, hey, can you go pick up a piñata? And I was like, oh my God, finally, time for me to shine. Here we go, father figure. So I went to the party supply store and I bought the biggest piñata they had. But I also bought the smallest piñata they had. And then I carefully cut the big piñata open and stuffed the small one inside of it. And at his party, when he busted that big one open and the little one went flying, I just started sobbing, going, oh my God, she was pregnant! No! What did you do? Got her good. Holy shit, look at that mustache. What the fuck is that? Do you own a boat? You do, I fucking called it, bro, I knew it. You look like a boat guy. You look like you own a boat that only floats on barely legal pussy, bro. Sorry, dude. It's weird. It's weird trying to form a relationship with a kid who's not really yours. I mean, 99% of the time, that's a felony. That's an actual crime. You can't do that. So it's like, you know, you're not planning to be a father, but you have to figure it out along the way. My biggest piece of advice would be find common ground. Find stuff that you both like. Right now, it's tough. Because right now, his favorite thing is watching other kids play video games. I don't know if you're aware of this phenomenon, but kids now will just get on like Twitch and just watch other kids have fun. And I can't relate to that at all. When I was a kid, if you were watching other kids play video games, that meant you just lost the video game and you had to sit in your shame until it was your turn again. That's how it worked. Every good game, GoldenEye, Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat. If you were watching 2 kids play Mortal Kombat, someone just pulled your spine out of your asshole and it made you a better person. It taught you how to fail. But the best part was, He thought that those skills would translate automatically. He thought because he watched kids play video games online, he would be good at video games. And he challenged me to a game of Madden, which is a football video game. And his mom heard this, and she was so excited. She lit up. She was like, oh my God, he wants to bond with you. This is your chance. All right, make sure he has a good time. Make sure you have fun with him. Halftime, 63-0. You come for the king, you better not miss. He was crying. He was like, I quit. This isn't even fun. You're beating me too bad. And I was like, if you think this beating is bad, you should see what I do to your mom's insides later. Then I crip walked out of the room. I have to share my life with this kid. Like, I turned 39 this year. And for my birthday, I told my wife I wanted to go to Disney World. And she was like, that'll be so fun. I'll get tickets for the three of us. And I was like, not him, just me. I want to go to Disney World. Fuck him. Going to Disney World as an adult without children is one of the most fun things you can do because you can watch people with children having the worst day of their lives. And you can get wasted at Disney World. Like, there are bars everywhere. You can get shit-faced if you don't have to watch a kid. Like, you can get tore up. Like, I had 6 old fashions and 2 edibles, and I got on Space Mountain, and I just looked like a Make-A-Wish kid who didn't even make it to the end of the ride. We were staying at one of the resorts while we were in Orlando, and there was this dad playing with his kid in the pool. Kid was probably like 6 years old, and he would jump in the pool and doggy paddle to his dad, and his dad would catch him. And he would get out, and jump back in the pool, and doggy paddle to his dad, and his dad would catch him. And then the dad got out, made himself a drink. There was no mom around, so I'm guessing this was his 1 week in a month. Got back in the pool. Kid jumped in, kept playing, didn't miss a beat, doggy paddle to his dad. Dad caught him. Kid said, hey, Daddy, I've got a new game. It's called Spill Daddy's Drink. And he started trying to slap the drink out of his dad's hand. And his dad grabbed him close, made his way to the deep end, and let him go. It was scary. The lifeguard was about to jump in, and the dad was like, no, he needs to learn. I don't think this is the best way to teach your kid how to swim. He was like, swim, he needs to learn not to touch my drink. And I was like, all right, well, don't let him drown. You could trade him in for crack. I saw this documentary about it. It was very interesting. I had to start thinking long and hard about whether or not I want to have a kid of my own. And I came to a hard conclusion that that's a negative. That's a no. I'm the last one of my friends to not have a kid. And it's weird when you're the last holdout of your friends because they'll try and put that pressure on you to fuck your life up too. And it's just not for me. Like, I don't feel like my life is missing anything. One of my favorite things to do every night before I go to bed, I get super high and I watch nature documentaries. That's how I fall asleep. David Attenborough centers me. He calms me down. And I was watching this nature documentary, and it was about clownfish. And it said that, did you know, in a group of clownfish, there was one female. But if that female clownfish dies, a male clownfish will become female. Fucking blew my mind. Mustache, what's your name? John? John, let's say you and every other dude in here is in a gangbang later. There's a lady here tonight, she's got something to prove. And mid-gangbang, John, that nice lady dies. And instead of being like, guys, we gotta cancel the gangbang, John flips over, spreads his cheeks, and takes one for the fucking team. You're a good dude, John. You're a good dude. Is that your wife? Fiance. Oh, congratulations, bro. Round of applause for John, man. Is it the mustache, ma'am? Hell yeah, it is, brother. That flavor saver. Don't you groan? That's beautiful. They're in love. What? The squirrel. The squirrel. That's worse than flavor saver. Gross. I don't want to talk to you anymore, John. I am though. I'm getting, I'm almost 40. I'm getting old, and I'm not scared of getting old or anything. I'm just, I'm scared of getting useless. That's the fear. Like I thought I'd be handy by now. Like I thought I'd just have tools and shit. I don't know anything about grout or weed whackers. I don't know shit. And it wasn't even something I thought about until I started having to call my dad to help me around my own house. And then I realized why they call it handy, because I saw my dad's hands. My dad has these thick, blistered, calloused, leathery man hands that have dug into the earth and created things. And I have the supple hands of a geisha. I moisturize like a Japanese prostitute. But I still want to be helpful. I think it's important. It's something in men that we need to be helpful. It's important. My wife asked me to hang a bookshelf for her son. It took me 6 hours to hang a bookshelf. I had to go to Home Depot twice. Then I went to Lowe's because I was too ashamed to go back to Home Depot. Some of these are jokes. That one is very real. Another thing I'm conscious of as I get older is I don't ever want to be too dependent on technology. I think that's a trap that a lot of people fall into. And for the most part, I'm pretty good. The only thing I really can't live without is GPS. I don't know where I am right now. If there was an emergency and someone was like, yeah, we'll come pick you up. Where are you? Can you see the moon? Where's the moon for you? Travel a lot, use GPS all the time, man. I was in Dublin a couple years ago, and I like to think I'm a pretty progressive person, but then you're quickly reminded when you travel outside of the country that, oh no, I'm American. I'm so American. I was in a bar in Dublin, and I met this dude, and he was a gay dude who escaped Iran because it's illegal to be gay in Iran. They will kill you for that. And he was like, yeah, I escaped, and I came to Ireland, and my life has been great. And I was like, wow, man, that's an awesome story. And then I was like, hey, is that your book bag? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm out. All right. American. Oh, man. I get to do a lot of cool stuff because of comedy sometimes. Every once in a while, I get a weird opportunity. I got to audition for Magic Mike 3. Not sure why that's funny. Fuck you. I was like, finally, it was only a matter of time before I became a sex symbol, obviously. But then I got the email from the casting director, and she sent me the line she wanted me to read, and it was for a gay dog groomer. So I didn't get the part. I got an email back. They said I was too straight. So suck on that, everyone from high school. Any sports fans in the house? My people. Yeah, man. I've lived in Tampa my whole life, so I'm a huge Bucks fan. I used to run the Bucks mailroom at their headquarters. I used to deliver the fan mail to the players' lockers. This was 2007. And one thing they didn't tell me when I got hired there is that those dudes are naked all the time. If they're not playing football, they're naked. That place is a forest of black cock. You just have to was like my third day there, and I'm delivering mail, I'm doing my thing. And I turn around, and I lock eyes with the greatest Buccaneer of all time, Derek Brooks. And he is butt naked. And you know how they always say, like, don't meet your heroes, they'll disappoint you. He did not disappoint at all. Dude has a tire swing. It has a noticeable curve at the end, like a lilt. Like, you know when you unroll a new poster and it's not quite like, or like an old scroll? My point is, if his wife wants to have sex with him, she has to lay his penis out and put books on the corners first. I like to do this joke at the end, so that if it pisses anyone off, I don't have to deal with it. There's a lot of fucked up laws being passed about trans people that I don't necessarily agree with. I think you have the right to do whatever makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anyone. But I don't think it's crazy to say that kids shouldn't be making permanent decisions about their sexuality or anything. Like, kids are dumb. I have a kid. He's an idiot. I was a kid. I was an idiot. When I was a kid, I thought I wanted to be a marine biologist. And then I turned 19 and I found out I just wanted to do mushrooms and go to the aquarium. Thank you so much for coming out. Everybody get home safe.